Hello my fellow riders, today we're going to be taking a test ride on the Segway AT6L quad. Now when it is rough and ready outside and you don't want to ride around on your motorbike, get a quad. They're a little bit more stable. But anyway, I've been asked by a friend of mine to do a review on this one. Also, I would like to tell you this bike in particular is for sale. It has 1,057 miles on it. It's approximately 6 months old. And he doesn't need it. He bought it as a toy. He wants to sell it. This bike in particular is £5,500. If you do want to buy this bike, please call cheapbikesrus on 01908 319 889 and you can buy it. But anyway, let's actually have a look at it, see what it does, see what we can get out of it, and I'll do a test ride just so that you can see exactly how it rides. Now, this is quite an expensive bike quad if you buy it separately, so it's £8,499 plus whatever the OTR charge is. It is a 600cc, so the OTR charge is going to be approximately £250. This is designed to go on-road and off-road. It has two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and it is fully adjustable on the handlebars here. It does come with hazard lights. It also comes with a winch, which is quite good for agricultural vehicle, shall we say. It is CV driven with a front and rear axle also. Again, you can adjust it so that it rides exactly how you want to. Also, you can adjust your suspension as well to harder and softer. The bike comes with an accompanying app, and it will tell you whether the bike was started, whether it wasn't started, where it is, GPS tracking location. It'll tell you if it needs a service, and it'll tell you if there's any issues. It has the onboard OBD2 diagnostic system on the app. I haven't physically had a look at the app and messed about with it, so I don't know exactly what it does, but all I know is that it does do the tracking with a GPS. This has a GPS tracker somewhere. Again, I don't know where it is, but it's on here somewhere. And it will tell you if you've got any fault codes on it. It will tell you if you've got a service required, and also there's a lot of information, and it is a user manual in there as well. So you can get all this information from your app. It does come with very bright headlights, side lights, rear lights, obviously they're all LED. It does come with a towing hitch on it, and the towing capacity on this bike is 300 kilograms, no brakes, without brakes. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to take it for a test ride, just see exactly how it rides. But you'll see that it's quite nice. This bike is limited, or this scooter is limited to, I think it's 65 miles an hour. When you're riding around on the road, it does lean quite a bit and you feel a little bit top heavy. This bike is primarily designed to go off-road, hence the tyres, but it is a road legal quad. It's very comfortable and it is suitable for 2 people. Test ride! So we're going to do this the same way we normally do. I'm going to talk a little bit so that you can hear my voice. I know you all like that. And then I will be quiet afterwards so that you can hear what the bike sounds like going around the block. Yes, I am going to say bike. I know it's a quad, but it's just when you're trying to talk, it comes out as bike because I'm so used to doing the bike quads. But I mean quad. So, yeah. Anyway, this quad is rather tall. When you get on it, it feels like it's slightly top heavy. I don't think that you're going to... you can obviously tip it over, but I don't think general riding on the roads is going to do that. You do have to lean slightly when going around the corners. That's a gut reaction that I have doing it. Whether you have to or not is something that you'll have to determine when you actually ride it. But it does feel quite top heavy to me. I've rode 2 road legal quads so far. I've rode this one and a Sky Racer 350. The Sky Racer 350 is nowhere near the quality of this bike, but it is better for road use under 50 miles an hour. If you've ever ridden one, you'll know what I mean. They bounce around a lot. But on the road, you can get it to get the rear end out slightly, and you lower, you feel a little bit more stable until you go over that 50 miles an hour. Whereas this one, you can go to 65 and it does feel absolutely fine. You do get some vibration through the tyres, but it just doesn't feel like it's suited for the road. It feels like it's definitely more suited for off-road terrain, which is one of my pet peeves about these and about the general off-road vehicles. The way that the world's going at the minute, or the way that the UK is going, you can buy this quad, and if you don't own a farm or don't own any land, where are you going to use it? You can go to meets and stuff like that, meetups, and some people will charge you to go on their land. It's very, very expensive. It's like £45 with your own vehicle for 2 hours. So where are you going to realistically use this vehicle or use an off-road vehicle without getting on someone's nerves, without paying loads of money? That's my peeve with this. If I'm being an idiot, if you think that there's a way that you can go somewhere that's, say, local to me, which is the Milton Keynes sort of area or Midland sort of area, that you're not going to annoy people, you're not going to have to pay an arm and a leg, and you can just go out and have fun with your friends, then comment below, tell me, because I don't know anywhere that isn't going to cost an arm and a leg. And if you buy yourself a £5,000-6,000 off-road vehicle, this one's on-road and off-road, but off-road vehicle, and you can't use it, what's the point in having it? You might as well not have it and buy yourself something you can use. But anyway, there are some nice features on this quad that I think quite a lot of people would like, especially for off-road use. So it does come with the accompanying app, which will do emergency SOS calls if you fall off. It does have a fully adjustable drivetrain on the app, so you can change things like your ESP settings, you can limit the speed, which is a good idea when you're going off-road. You can limit it to 40 miles an hour, and then you're not going to kill yourself at 65 when you're going across a muddy field and you can't stop. It has wireless team-ups, but again, how many people altogether are going to have the same quad with the same app? I don't think it's going to be something unless you all specifically go and buy the quad all at the same time. And it's got real-time data on there as well, so you can have a full readout of torque, horsepower, ESP modes, mileage, speed, and how it's performing altogether. On the handlebars themselves, you can change it from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. You can lock the front differential, you can also lock the back differential, so especially when it's getting really muddy out there, you can ride. You can take on any terrain. There are some add-ons if you want to go into water and stuff like that, but generally just going over mud, you shouldn't need them. So the engine on this is a 600cc or close as 600cc. It produces 44 horsepower and 48 newton meters of torque. I don't know if you saw it, but that electric vehicle that I did the test ride on last week was a 125 equivalent, and that had 44 newton meters of torque. Anyway, 210 millimeters of travel on the suspension. Again, with an off-road vehicle, you want a lot of travel so that you can get up on those steep climbs and stuff like that. Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of travel. The Sky Racer 350 would be absolutely rubbish off-road, unless it's completely flat. This one is more rugged than that. 0 to 60 kilometers per hour in 4.6 seconds. That's quite fast, being as this bike is heavy. Quad. Smart EPS system bursts out of your passion. Segway Smart EPS system is designed for standard comfort and sports mode. Adjusts automatically. Acceleration, traction conditions from turf to rock to mud. In other words, you can change the way the power is supplied to all the wheels on the fly. So you can get it standard, comfort or sport. That's all to do with the steering anyway. So really and truthfully, what else do you want from this sort of vehicle? This is a great quad for off-roading. Is not so good on roading, but it can be used on road, so you can travel to wherever you want to use it, go blasting across the fields and then get on the road, and it's going to be great. It is not one of these new quads that somebody's racing around on the roads with. It's not that sort of thing. You can use it for that, and people will use it for that, but really and truthfully it's designed to go off-road. So yeah, what else can I say? You can get extras for it. You can get an aluminium swing. You can get an aluminium skid plate for it, and this is good for if you're going over rocky terrain. It stops you from damaging the bottom side of your engine. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. I'm going to let you listen to the bike going around the block. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you've got a little bit of information, and hopefully I haven't babbled on too much rubbish for you. This is just my personal opinion on this bike. Do your research before you buy it, obviously. Hopefully some of the information that I've given you, you can use to make an informed decision on whether you want it. It is a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot more fun if you use it off-road. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now.